to my subscribers, my members, thank you for supporting. For the new people that might be listening, what do you get at the Eddie W Sports Show? You get the ultimate experience. What is the experience, Los? You get NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, pregame and postgame. We had 10 TVs down here. This is the blue space, people. This is where we watch it all. This is what you get. You also get boxing. You get MMA. You get interviews like the interview I'm going to give you today with a Celtic and Patriot fan. You will also get interview from Chicago legends, high school. You will get interviews with college legends, NBA current players, NFL current players, and former players, Major League Baseball current and former players. This is what you will get at the Eddie W Sports Show. You will get the truth, people. This is the truth. You will get the truth at the Eddie W Sports Show because I watch it all. I watch 10 games. We have the NBA package, the NFL package. This is what we do. College basketball, college football. I have my notebooks, people. That's what you see in front of me and behind me. This is what we do. Let me start it out first and foremost. You see me in a Laker gear, Kobe. I'm a Laker fan. There's only one show. That's the Lakers show. In professional basketball, because we have to be transparent who my teams are. The Los Angeles Lakers are my professional team in basketball. The Dallas Cowboys. There's only one star. That's us. That's us, people. There's only one star. My professional baseball team, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs. People, I'm from Chicago. Well, Los, why do you like the Chicago Cubs? Because they are my adorable losers. I ran home as a kid to watch Harry Carey. And when the Cubs won, the Cubs win. And I said, if a man is this happy and joyous to watch the losers win, I ran home from school to watch them. And the Blackhawks are my hockey teams. College football. My Michigan has a big game tomorrow against Ohio State. Don't miss the show, the pregame show. And the U. It's only one U in college football. And my college basketball teams are Michigan, Louisville, and Indiana. Well, why do you like Indiana, Los? Because I fell in love with Isaiah Lord Thomas at a very young age and the General Bobby Knight. Let's welcome. It's my privilege to have my first guest on the Eddie W Sports Show, Willie. A pleasure to have you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Willie's on the show because he's a Celtic fan and he's a Patriot fan. Willie, I'm going to let you, and shout out to Willie Sr., who this young man's father is, who's a Bear fan, correct?
Yeah.
He's a Bull fan. So Willie's a Celtic fan. First, I want to ask you, how did you become a Celtic fan?
That was kind of like the first team I started watching, and I just always watched them. So I started liking them more I watched them, so I just kept watching them.
You didn't like
them?
Did you watch the Bulls?
Yeah, I watched the Bulls too, but I chose Boston though. I chose Boston
over the Bulls.
Yeah.
What was it about Boston? Was it the green? What was it about?
I don't know. I started watching when KG was there and Ray Allen and Pierce.
Got it. So you love KG?
Yeah. All the Pierce, Allen, Rondo.
Do you recall your first Celtic game that you actually understood? When you watched and you understood, it was just something like, I like KG's aggressiveness. Just tell me about, because for you to like the Celtics being from the city is unique. Right. Tell me like the experience. What was it that made you like, man, I'm rolling with them?
I just like how they played. You know, I just really like how they played. I just fell in love with that.
Your Celtics cost me an NBA championship. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They cost my Lakers and
Lakers
Kobe
came
an NBA championship.
Lakers came back though. They
Oh, you tell the people. I see you, Richard.
Yeah, Lakers came back. Came back in 09. Came 09 and Kobe.
The Celtics beat us. Then we beat Orlando because KG got injured.
Yeah.
I think it would have been like the old days. I really believe the Boston and LA would have had a 3 series like Magic and Bird did.
Yeah.
But KG got injured, and we ended up beating Dwight Howard. Then it was the rematch in the finals where we beat you. And Game 7 was a struggle.
Yeah. That was still a good game though. It was still a good game.
Tell me what you feel about your current Celtics.
I mean, got a bright future. I mean, we still. I expect us to come out the season struggling. So I mean, we are struggling right now. But with Tatum and Brown, I feel like we're gonna get together. Marcus Smart.
So Richard, we'll get to your questions soon. We will get to your questions, Richard. Keep people on the chat ask questions. This is the people show. This is the people. This is for sports fanatics. If you're not a sports fanatic, this isn't for you. Don't you see the Celtic love, the Laker love? Richard, you will be here soon. Question. So the Bull fans are telling me about DeRozan and Levine.
Yeah, I like them too though.
And in your opinion, would you take Tatum and Brown, or would you take Levine and DeRozan? And tell me who you would take, which I think I know who, but why? Give me reasons why.
Tatum and Brown, because I mean, younger, and Brown just coming off injury. But Jaylen Brown healthy, he's clearly easy 25, probably, if not more. As along with Tatum too. And Tatum, I think is probably top 5 in scoring right now, maybe top 10. And DeRozan and Levine right behind them. So I mean, they still doing their thing. But
out of the 4, Levine, Brown, DeRozan, and Levine, rank them. Who would you take first out of the 4? And
Tatum.
Tell me why.
Tatum first.
You standing on Tatum.
Yeah.
I think Tatum too. Why? Because I got 6 Chicago Bull fans. You sick people are telling me that the Levine and DeRozan are number 1 option. I keep telling them they're number 2s at best. You don't have. Who does Levine make better? A number 1 option can force double teams in my years of watching basketball. I watched Tatum take step back 3s like he's playing varsity. You don't have to double that. He's not, in my opinion, the most intelligent player. He doesn't take good shots. Right. But you answer, rank them in your opinion from 1 to 4.
I'll take Tatum.
Tatum 1.
Tatum 1. Jaylen Brown and Zach LaVine right next to each other, but I'll pick Jaylen Brown because he's a little younger. I feel like he got more upside than LaVine. So I put Jaylen Brown 2.
Okay.
LaVine 3. DeRozan 4.
Okay. So if you were the Bulls, LaVine would be your number 1 option.
For a Bulls fan, most likely.
For a Bulls fan, did you hear that, Richard? Richard, that's why you're not going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Do you understand, Richard? Is it sinking in, Richard? If you play the Bulls in the playoffs in a 7-game series, tell me what you feel will happen.
I'll say 6. We'll win it 6-7. I'll say we win it 6-7.
Tell the people why.
Man, right now, the season's still early. We still trying to find ourselves. I know we're gonna get it together. I know we is, and I feel like we're healthy during playoff time with Marcus Smart, Levine. We got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. We got Horford back. Robert Williams. I feel like we're probably a little better team in Chicago. But
let's talk about Horford. Is one of the smartest defensive players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what's the plan with Schroeder, because as a Laker fan, I see you, Kev. Me and Kale, who's on the chat, money, we wanted Schroeder to come off the bench. How has he accepted that role at Boston? Do you think when he turned the contract down that he realized that I got to start from the bottom?
Well, no, he blew that. he blew that. But I mean, he blew that. But I mean, no, he doing good though. I mean, he
didn't play like that with us. Schroeder, why did you not play like this with the Lakers? But I think me and Kev, who's on the chat now, he's a LeBron fan, but he's a Laker fan because he goes where LeBron goes.
Right.
But what have you done to get the best out of Schroeder? Or do you think the Lakers made a mistake by letting him start instead of coming off the bench? Do you see him? Because Marcus Smart is the starter.
Right.
But when Jaylen Brown went out,
then
they brought Schroeder in the lineup. So tell me, as a Celtic fan, what do you think Schroeder should be? Do you want him starting and off the bench?
No, I want to come off the bench because Marcus Smart gonna be a starter. He's gonna be a starter. So I think Schroeder's, but he's very productive off the bench, along with Josh Richardson and them. I think that's probably better off him come off the bench.
Kevin, we would have had him coming off the bench. He would still be in LA, and he would have still got the contract. But no, we wanted to play to his ego. And you know what playing to people's ego does? It makes you lose. Just like we're playing to Russell Westbrook's ego. It's time for Russell Westbrook to be the sixth man, where he runs the second unit. You don't agree with that? Oh, we start him for 4 minutes for his ego, and then we move him to the bench. Because what is he? LeBron needs shooters. So
yeah.
you think Russell Westbrook should play majority of minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's a
former MVP. Yeah,
but he's a turnover machine. He doesn't blend in with LeBron. So why not play with a younger unit running the second unit where you can take more shots? It's your team.
But see, he don't have to take that many shots though. He don't have to. I mean, he used to average a triple double. He probably still around it somewhere. And so he don't have to average 20-something points when you're on the team.
But does he understand that? Does he? Durant didn't want to play with him.
Right.
He went to Houston with Harden. That didn't work. He went to Washington. So.
Well, they got together eventually, but it started off bad.
With who? Hart?
No, Washington. I didn't think they were gonna make playoffs last year, but they actually at least got some momentum going towards the end of the season.
They did, but that's because he controls the ball.
Yeah.
Can he play off the ball? If he plays on the ball, Russell can get to the basket, but his basketball IQ. To the NBA fans, to the Laker fans, I have never yelled. I think we're 10-10 now. I, as a Laker fan, I've been a Laker fan since the 80s. I have never yelled at a TV for the first 20 games of the season like Russell Westbrook makes me yell. You know why? It's like when you have a dog, don't do it. A kid, when you've instructed the kid, son, don't do this. And he does it anyway. Russell Westbrook is shooting 30% from three. Yet he continues to shoot the three. Russ, is a reason they're leaving you open. Because they know you're not going to hit the three, Russ. So if you're watching this, Russ, stay with your strengths. Go to the basket. Do not shoot the three. Do not jump in the air to turn the ball over. I used to coach, Russ. I coached grammar school. I coached high school. We taught the kids, you do not jump in the air to make a pass because that's going to turn into a bad decision, which is going to turn into a turnover. We didn't bring you to LA, Russell Westbrook, to not win championships. I lose it sometimes, people. Excuse me. I lose. Back to the Celtics. This current Celtic team, what is their upside in your opinion? Their upside.
I think we get a chemistry together. I mean, we can. I always feel like I feel like we can make the finals every year. But I think this team, cause I think we got a little better bench than we did before.
Give me some of the names off that bench.
Schroeder, Richardson.
Richardson. No, what is Richardson's role?
Josh Richardson.
Yes, Josh Richardson.
He can score. He was decent in Dallas.
Why did Dallas get rid of him?
I don't know why Dallas got rid of him.
I think he's overrated. But
I don't think he overrated.
What is he doing? What's his shooting percentage?
I had to look at that, but I mean, I like I said, we still trying to get our chemistry together. You know, so I feel like once the season go along, I feel like we'll probably get there.
What about the kid from Tennessee, Grant
Williams?
What's your opinion about him? First of all, what is he, a tweener? Does he play center? Does he play powerful? What is he?
I mean, he can play. I mean, because he's on like 6'6", so I mean, he can.
Right, he's 6'6", so he a big body though. Does he really rebound? What is he giving you?
I mean,
can he guard the perimeter? I see him shooting threes.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you have a bench. Is this a competent bench to actually advance in the Eastern Conference? The Eastern Conference is better now.
It is better.
It's not the Eastern Conference, people. When your Celtics almost went to the finals when LeBron beat them in Game 7.
Right.
This is a stronger East.
Yeah, it is.
Defend that bench. You told me they got a bench. I need you to defend it.
Like I said, we got Schroeder. If Schroeder continues playing good, because he just had 30-something points like a few weeks ago.
Schroeder's one. I need to hit the other one.
I believe Josh Richardson.
You believe in Pritchard? I need you to keep giving me the name. I have it all.
Pritchard ain't played that much, so I'm even gonna say Pritchard because Schroeder took most of that minutes. But
I got it all. This is what I do, people. This is why it's the NW. I watch all the games.
Right.
Langford, tell me about Langford. From Indiana. That's one of my college teams. He was a star coming out of Indiana.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me what you do.
I thought he was gonna be a star in the league. He's not.
He's not a
star.
What is he doing in Boston?
I mean, when he plays, he hustles though. He tries. You know, so that's
is trying gonna advance you. Effort's one thing.
But
what is his role on the Celtics?
He brings effort. He brings. You know, he can play. He's actually a good defender. Really good defender.
Okay, I watch it, but I don't watch it like you because you're a diehard Celtic fan.
Yeah,
I just get glimpses when I go to all the TVs. I look at the box scores.
Right.
You believe in Langford?
I believe.
So his role is defend. You're telling me his role is to defend.
Yeah, he's still young at that. So I know that. I know he'll be.
Rich. So one of the comments, Richard, he's the ultimate Bull fan,
right.
That he stands on Levine and DeRozan, Levine and DeRozan, and he says Celtics don't play defense.
Oh, we play defense. Our defense is really good when we have Brad Stevens. Our defense is really good when we have Brad Stevens, but I feel like we got Marcus Smart. He's probably top 5 in the league. Roman Levy plays solid defense. Jalen Brown plays solid defense. Robert Williams protects the paint along with Horford. So yeah, we got defense.
What is Robert Williams' role?
Rebound, catch Uzi, defend the paint.
So he's a rim runner.
Yeah.
Does he do that well?
Oh yeah, Robert. Yeah, and he hustles too. He brings energy.
Tell me about Cantor. Cantor's one of the worst defensive big men in the league. He's been and he has the nerve to keep talking. Cantor. You have the nerve to talk about LeBron and what other players in the league are doing. You concentrate on your defense, your profession. Because why is Cantor still in the league? Why is he still in the league?
He gonna depend on who we play if he get in or not. Because he another player that don't really get a lot of minutes. But depending on the team we go against, or depending what the score is, then that's when he come in.
They shipped him in Portland. Cantor's a reject. Cantor, you stay off the Lakers. You don't comment on LeBron and the Lakers. You worry about defending. You have nothing else to talk about, Enes Kanter. You worry about staying in the league. You had to laugh at that one.
Yeah. I mean,
is he gonna get minutes in the playoffs?
depending on the matchups, but he probably not. Probably not. Depending on the matchups, he probably not.
Let's talk about a little Celtic past. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie left Cleveland. Kyrie came to the Celtics. As a Celtic fan, remembering the great days, Pierce, Allen, Rondo, Kendrick Perkins, Garnett, KG. When you got Kyrie when he left Cleveland and you knew Tatum and Brown, did you think that threesome was headed to greatness? Cause I think Kyrie saw that. That's why I think he was like, I'll go play that. What? Give me your opinion about that first.
Well, I think he got the Tatum rookie year. It's only Jaylen Brown second year.
Right.
So, and at that time, I didn't want Kyrie Irving because I really liked Isaiah Thomas at that time. I was kind of mad when we got rid of Isaiah Thomas.
Great point.
I was mad when we got rid of Isaiah Thomas because he was averaging like I think he averaged
damn near 20.
Yeah, 29.
Let's talk about Isaiah. To you athletes, you kids watching, that's why you go get your money. Because Willie brought an excellent point up. He loves Isaiah. Isaiah loves the game of basketball. This is not Isaiah the Hall of Famer, Isaiah Thomas, that played as a Celtic that was great, and he hurt his hip. Correct? He came back too soon because he wanted to be there for his team. And you tell the people how much money it cost. Max contract.
Yeah.
People, this move by Isaiah probably cost him $150 million.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Because he was damaged goods. But when all the fans say he should play hurt, players, you don't play hurt. Because you know at the end of the day, the owner's going to get their money. The GM's going to get their money. The coach is going to get their money. So you do what's best for you. You finished talking about your love for Isaiah. Because I see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all used to love Isaiah Thomas, man. He brought energy. He was on like what 5'7", 5'8", and he best player on the court each and every night. You know what I mean? Averaged 29 points a game. You know, so when we traded him, I wasn't mad because I was mad, but I was like, it's still getting Kyrie Irving though. You know, then we also traded Jay Crowder and
I didn't know the Celtics had Crowder.
Yeah, we had Crowder. We traded. He got shipped to Isaiah to Cleveland.
And he didn't play like that with LeBron. So Crowder didn't. Man, he didn't. Right.
Yeah.
So tell me, the Celtics took LeBron to 7 games. How did they regress so much when the first year Kyrie was hurt? What happened the second year when Kyrie came back? What went wrong?
That's why I think we probably had too many players that wanted the ball because Jaylen Brown was progressing every year. Tatum showed that he could be a future star. We had Hayward at that time, and we had Kyrie. Still had Horford. So we had a lot.
That's right. That was when
Rozier,
Hayward came in. So you went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then you got Hayward in free agency.
Yeah.
Kyrie was back healthy.
Yeah.
And then Jaylen Brown and Tatum feeling like we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. We did this. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, we had a lot. We had Marcus Smart.
And then Hayward get hurt early in that year.
Hayward got injured the very first game, actually.
The second of it.
The very first game.
And that was the year after you went to the finals.
Before that was the year. That was the year. That was the year of. The year of.
Okay.
Yeah. So he got injured first game. Kyrie got injured before the playoffs. So we only had. I mean, we still had a nice team around us because we had Rozier at that time.
I forgot about Rozier.
Yeah.
So first of all, why did you guys decide to get rid of Hayward?
Hayward?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he he wasn't working. He wasn't working on Boston. I didn't think. I didn't really
Because
like it.
him and Jalen and Tatum play
Yeah.
the same position.
Yeah, I didn't really think it was working.
So what do you think was the thought process to bring him in? Didn't you guys already have Tatum and Brown?
We had Brown. We drafted Tatum that year.
Oh, and they didn't know that Tatum was going to develop that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it really wasn't Ainge. Ainge had put a good roster together.
Yeah.
They didn't know that Tatum was going to develop that fast.
Yeah. He can't put.
Now, what about who you told me about that's on Phoenix? The Crowder. Why didn't he work out? Because Crowder would fit right. So,
but I guess we had to. Cause I guess Kyrie Irving was a star then. Isaiah Thomas.
But as a Celtic fan, me watching Crowder in Phoenix, Crowder would have been perfect for the Celtics because he does the dirty work.
Right.
He's gonna defend. He's gonna rebound. Right. Why? So why did you let him go?
I guess they weren't because of Kyrie Irving. Because Isaiah Thomas was gonna come back to late in the year, and we didn't know how healthy he was gonna be. So we took the chance of Kyrie.
Who is your new Crowder that's gonna scrap? I'm not talking about Smart, because Smart can handle the little people.
Yeah.
Our Tatum, who's your lockdown defender? Richard said you don't play defense. Richard, I see you. You don't play defense. So who, Tatum, Brown, out of the two, which one of those are going to be your wing lockdown defenders?
I feel like Brown is better defender than Tatum.
So is Brown willing to accept that role and let Tatum be the number one option? Or does Brown think I believe Tatum is a number one option. But does Brown believe it? Does Brown want to take the two options? Because you know what tears down teams? When one person thinks I'm number one. It's called the team, people. You have to win as a team, and you have to know your role. Who's number one? Who's number two?
I feel like Tatum probably not gonna be number one. I feel like Brown's number two. That's what I feel like. Tatum.
Let's discuss power rankings. These are my personal rankings. I do this every week. In the Eastern Conference, I do my NBA rankings every Tuesday. I had the Nets 13-5. These are the records. Now my power rankings. Bulls are 12-6. Heat were 12-6. The Wizards were 11-6. The Hornets 11-8. Celtics 10-8. Bucks 10-8. Sixers 10-8. Knicks 10-8. I'm gonna stop at that. I don't need to do the rest. My power rankings. The Nets are 1. I believe in Durant. I believe Durant is the best player in the league. The Heat are 2. I believe in Riley and Spoelstra. I believe in the system. They added Lowry. Yeah. Jimmy Butler's a dog. Bam, and they got 2. Robinson is a sniper.
Yeah,
hero off the bench. I got the Bucks 3. They'll be higher, but right now.
Yeah.
I have the Bulls 4. The Wizards 5. The Sixers 6. The Celtics 7. The Hornets 8. And the Hawks 9. I got your Celtics 7 now. So above them now, the Sixers, Wizards, Bulls, Bucks, Heat, Nets. Talk to the people and tell them, first of all, do you agree? And second of all, tell me how far you think the Celtics can move up on that power rank. These are Los's power rankings.
Okay. Having a 7's actually right now is that generate. We should be lower than 7, but right now, I'll definitely.
Below you, I have the Hornets, Hawks, Knicks. I don't believe in the Knicks at all. The Hawks.
This for the East.
This is for the East. For the league.
Okay, so the East.
You talk while I'm looking at the league. You can tell the people what.
Well, for the Eastern, it's 7 then. I thought you were talking for the league.
Oh no, for the league, I have you at. Tell the people though while I'm looking at the stats for the league. What do you think you can move up those rankings?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, we still early in the season, got a brand new coach, got chemistry together. I feel like we definitely a top 5 team in the East Conference for sure.
You believe you're top 5?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that means you.
If
the Nets. Do you think you're better than the Nets?
Right now, nah.
Heat.
We beat the Heat. I feel like we beat the Heat. In playoff time, we beat the Heat. I feel like we beat the Heat.
You sound like Richard. Richard. Bucks.
But
Bulls.
yeah.
You think you can beat the Bulls?
Yes, playoffs. Yeah. I feel like.
Explain to the people. Well, so you think you can beat the Heat,
Yeah.
the Bulls, the Wizards? The Wizards playing good. They're going to drop, in my opinion, the Sixers.
I feel like
So talk about the teams you think you could beat. You think you can beat the Heats, the Bulls, the Wizards, and the Sixers?
Sixers, yeah. I don't
So
trust
you
Sixers
talk
without
to
Ben
the people.
Simmons. Yeah, I don't trust Philadelphia. Now, if Ben Simmons don't play, I don't think they're gonna do too much unless they get rid of him for somebody else. But I feel like we're better. I feel like we're better than Miami. I mean,
Tell me why you think you're better than Miami.
They got a nice roster. Miami got a really nice roster though. But I feel like in the 7-game series, I feel like we can slightly pull that away. They beat us in the bubble to get to the finals in 2020, but
they didn't just beat you; they beat you pretty bad.
yeah, I mean,
they beat you
through
pretty.
everybody though. They rode through everybody.
They didn't just beat the Celtics.
Yeah,
They pounded the Celtics.
Yeah,
You recall that?
yeah.
I watched it all.
Yeah, I know.
I got it all.
I know.
They didn't just beat you.
Yeah, I know.
You remember that pound.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They still got Jimmy Butler.
Mhm.
They still got Bam.
Yeah.
They didn't add Lowry. Hero has got better. Duncan Robinson is a sniper.
Yeah.
So
But
what makes you think that they'll beat Miami now?
Jalen
Be your Celtics to beat Miami.
Jalen Brown at that time Jalen Brown was an all-star. That was probably his first all-star game that year, probably.
But is Jalen Brown going to give you consistency? My problem with Jalen Brown, one night Jalen Brown, am I correct? He'll go for 34. The next night the box score tells me 9.
I mean, neither one of them, neither Brown nor Tatum been consistent all year, pretty much all year. Like I think the night before Tatum only had like 15, Brown had like 13.
So how are you going to beat a team in a 7-game series
like I said,
if they're not consistent? If
I
they're not
I
consistent,
feel like it's gonna get there. I feel like consistency's gonna get there. Like I said, we still trying to get. But season just started, still brand new coach. I feel like by the time, a little bit before the All-Star game, I feel like we're gonna, start to get to momentum going into the playoffs.
let's talk about your match. So we talked about the Heat, the Bulls. Tell me how you think you match up against the Bulls. The Bulls are one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah.
But you do have Tatum and Brown. So tell me how you match up against them, in your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they I feel like smart. I mean, yeah, with smart defense, and he's smart. He's actually clutch too. So I feel like he can make big shots if we need it. Like I said, Brown and Tatum should be ready by that time.
So who are you when you play the Bulls in the playoffs? Your two best defenders are Smart and Brown. So who's
Barbara Winston?
What for the wings?
Oh yeah.
So tell me who's guarding DeRozan and who guarding Levine. Richard, I want you to comment to this.
Smart gonna be he definitely gonna guard Levine.
Smart's got Levine, Richard.
Brown gonna get DeRozan.
Brown got DeRozan. Richard said stop it, Bulls in 5. Richard said we just beat the Celtics. So he speaks about, is that the game the Celtics blew the big lead?
Yeah.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah.
It's won the lead like 20-something in the
I think we got it.
In the fourth? Richard, what was the lead in the fourth?
I think it was like 19. Probably.
How did you watch that game?
Yeah, I think it was.
How did you blow that game?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but the Bulls make some good shots too. They was making a lot of threes. Ayo from Illinois. Ayo, the shooting guard.
Yeah.
He made some tough shots. So yeah, they motivate each other that game.
What about the Sixers?
Sixers.
You don't believe in Embiid? They got Maxey.
I like Embiid, but they got to do something with Ben Simmons though. Whether if he's
So,
play or they had to get rid.
With this roster constructed, if Ben Simmons doesn't play, so what's your answer for Embiid?
Embiid, I mean, we struggle with Embiid every game, but I mean, there's people that's around him that is gonna have to like do something. I mean, they got Tobias Harris, Seth Curry, you know, but to me, is Embiid gonna do? It's no stopping Embiid, but you know, but the people around him is gonna have to step up, especially without Ben Simmons, unless they get rid of Ben Simmons.
What about Tobias Simmons? What about Curry, Seth Curry, Maxey? They got some decent. Tybal is a good. Yeah. Tybal is one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah, he could defend too.
So that'll be.
But I mean, I don't see Philadelphia really getting too far if they don't do something with Ben Simmons. So they have to handle Ben Simmons first, whether he plays or they trade him somewhere else.
The Wizards are 5 now in my power rankings. What are your thoughts on the Wizards? You think that's no power? They got 3 of my former Lakers: Harrell, Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, Den Wendell for the Nets, Bill. Mm-hmm. They playing good ball. Yeah. What's your opinion of Washington? Do you see them as a threat?
They got talent. I'll say that they do have talent, but that's still another team. I'm just like,
in a series, we got them.
Yeah, I feel like in the 7-game series, I feel like that's a team we could beat. They got talent though, but I don't see them as a deep playoff threat.
Let's go to some of the questions in the chat. Richard says the Celtics have no defense. I'm gonna let you respond.
We got defense. We got defense. Like I said, we still trying to get our country together. But I mean, we Robert Williams, Al Horford, protection the paint. Jaylen Brown, solid defender. Marcus Smart, lockdown. We definitely got defense.
Richard says Levine is gonna kill Smart. Talk to the people.
Nah, he ain't gonna kill him.
I got the question.
He not gonna kill him. If he do, Marcus Smart will come back out. I know that for sure.
Smart's Richard. He says this Smart is gonna battle Levine.
But it's not. But scoring wise, it's gonna be between DeRozan, Levine, and Brown and Tatum.
And you banking on Brown and Tatum are gonna outscore them.
Yeah.
Richard, he said Brown and Tatum are gonna outscore Levine and DeRozan in the series. Next question. He says Bulls and 5 over your Celtics. 4-1, Richard?
Nah, not 4-1. That's if we see each other. But I don't see 4-1. Definitely not 4-1.
What you got the Celtics in?
I'll
7.
6 or 7, yeah.
You got them in 6 or 7?
Yeah, 6 or 7, yeah.
Richard says Smart has no offense.
Smart can shoot. Smart can shoot. Leave him open. He's going to knock it down. He make tough shots.
Kev, are you still on the chat? What else do I see? Danny Ainge. They had Crowder. Richard doesn't want to let my Lakers go. Westbrook can't play with superstars. Where Richard doesn't look like right now he is, but we brought Westbrook in to basically play when LeBron and AD is hurt because they have been getting hurt.
Right.
But as a Laker fan, it scares me. Can he really play with them? Because we play for world championship. We are the Los Angeles Lakers. 17 world championships. We did not bring you here, Russell Westbrook, to think that you are glorifying yourself. We are the Los Angeles Lakers. Do you want to talk about your Celtic history?
Yeah, I mean, we got 17 too, right?
Us a 16.
Not 17.
You're one under us.
No, we tied. Y'all just tied us.
No, we took the tie over when we won in the bubble.
I don't think so. I think y'all just tied us when y'all won the bubble. I think that's a tie. I think it's 17-17, if I'm not mistaken.
My Los Angeles Lakers people, 32 Western Conference appearances. You're right. 17 world championships. I think the Celtics have 16. Look it up. I believe 16. Y'all got great Celtics. See, I like, you gonna get me going on the Lakers. It's only one show, Willie. We're not the Bulls. It's the Lakers show. Who are the retired numbers? Elgin Baylor, 22. Gail Goodrich, 25. Magic Urban Johnson, 32. Kareem the Captain, Jabbar, 33. Formerly known as Lou Alcindor. 34, Shaquille O'Neal. 44, Jerry West. 52, Jamal Wilkes. 42, James Worthy. 8 and 24, Kobe Bryant. It's only one show. One show. Do I have to give you the championship coaches? Riley. Westhead. Phil Jackson. I could keep going, but we got the Celtics person here. See, when I just get it, it's only one show. That's us. The Late Show. Richard says Celtics might win 40 this year. Richard, you that down on the Celtics? 40?
No, we definitely win more than 40 games. We definitely gonna be better than it was last year. Last year was definitely a down season for us, but yeah, we gonna win more than 40 games.
Richard, the Celtic fans said more than 40. Anybody in the chat, this is for the people. This is what Edit W Sports is. We debate. This is for your sports fanatic. Are you a Celtic fanatic? Yeah, I could tell. I see the Tatum jersey.
Yeah.
How does your father feel when you don't wear the Levine? He understands that I don't roll with the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much understands.
Do you hear that, Willie Sr.?
Yeah, I always been a Celtics fan pretty much my entire life.
Richard put 41.
Yeah,
Richard, your Bulls must be playing good tonight. Richard, did your Bulls just not lose to the worst team in the league? You gonna make me get on you now, Richard. You just lost to the Houston Rockets that were 1-16 before you. They beat you to turn you into, they went to 2-16. Richard, the previous game, did you not lose to 32 points to the Indiana Pacers? 109-77. I have it all. Now you want to, because you're playing good tonight, Richard? Then you were one of the people and multiple Bull fans that argue with me when I put you 4th in my power rankings in the East and 7th in the league. But what happened right after the power ranking show? You Chicago Bull fans never get enough. You lost after that. After that, to the worst team in basketball, the Houston Rockets. Bulls by 23. You winning by 23 right now, Richard? Who are you playing tonight, Richard? The Chicago Bulls are not going to anybody's Eastern Conference Finals. Richard, you stay with us because we're about to go to football next. This is what I mean. What does that say? Because they say Los lies. What does that say? Bulls what?
102 in the East.
Tell the people loud.
102, say 102 in the East.
Richard, my good friend, a diehard Bull fan, just put in the chat, That's the Chicago Bulls are going to be number 1 and 2 in the East. Do you now understand it? Now you understand. Yo, is your mom also a Bull fan? Is she your father? Are they delusional like this too? They just watch.
Yeah.
They don't really. This is what I'm talking. Oh, they play a lot. That's why you're up 23, Richard, because that's the worst team in the East. But to the Bulls' credit, that's what you're supposed to do to bad teams. You only can play who you are on the schedule.
Right.
Even with your father. He's told me, co-worker, Los, I only speak, does not, what does that say? Because they think that Los, does that not say 1 or 2 in the East?
Yeah, I said 1 or 2.
This is the sick calls I get from Chicago fans, Bull fans, White Sox fans, Bear fans. You are not going to anybody's Chicago Bull fans. I repeat, anybody's Eastern Conference Finals. You are not finished in 1 or 2 in anybody's NBA association, Richard. See? What? Read it to the people.
Bulls Eastern Finals.
Did he not say that?
Yeah, that's what he said.
During the season. 26 losing seasons and 4. I repeat, 4 seasons where you finished 500. You're winning 83-65 right now. You're playing Orlando Magic. Your last 4 seasons, Richard. 2020, 31-41. 2019, 22-43. 2018, 22-60. 2007, 27-55. You are not, that's your last 4 seasons, Richard. You are not going to, I repeat, anybody's. You are not going to anybody's Eastern Conference Finals. You haven't been in the playoffs, Richard, in the last 4 years. You've been one of the worst teams in the NBA. We call it the association. You've been one of the worst teams in the association for the last 4 years. Now you're telling me you're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You're not going to anybody's Eastern Conference Finals. Richard, are you talking about my Lakers? Richard, it's only one show. It's the Lake Show. LeBron to get the boys together. Do you want an opportunity to talk about my team, which are the Los Angeles Lakers? Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Lakers?
I feel like they'll eventually get together, but West Conference a whole lot tougher. I don't like the move that they decided to get older instead of younger. I don't like that move, but I feel like they'll eventually get together. I'll say semifinals. So.
Semifinals.
Semifinals, yeah.
Richard, old history are your Chicago Bulls. Last year, Richard, I get old history. You haven't made the playoffs in the last 4 years. Your Chicago Bulls. Let's talk before we get off basketball and go to football. Let's talk about the old days. Before both of our time, the rivalry between the Celtics and the Lakers, because the Bill Russell and the Celtics killed the Lakers. They ruined our championships, people, for multiple years. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, he got 11 rings.
Bill Russell and the Celtics crushed my Lakers. But then it went to the next championship go around with Lakers, Celtics, Larry Bird, Magic. We had Magic, Worthy, Jabbar, Cooper, Rambis. You had Ainge, DJ, Paris, McHale, and Bird. ML Carr and the crew. Wedman. Tell me about those rivalries, about what you know about them, probably before you were born. Tell me how you feel about Bird and what you know about, because I know you know about some Celtic history.
Yeah. I mean, that rivalry I always say is like one of the greatest rivalries ever. You know what I mean? And it still is. Like every time he plays, it always will be one of the greatest rivals ever. You know what I mean? So, Larry Bird. I mean, of course, I'm like Larry Bird better, more than Magic, but you know, what I mean, but Lakers won the '80s though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
We played y'all 3 times. We beat you 2. The Celtics got us 1.
mm-hmm.
But the greatness of the '80s, for people that don't recognize, I say this because as much as the people say Michael Jordan, if Michael Jordan prime would have been in that same prime, Mike doesn't get 6. Watching the basketball in the '80s, Magic Johnson went to 9 finals. What prevented them was the Celtics, lost to Philly twice.
Detroit.
No, he lost to the Celtics. He lost to Philly in '83. They had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Cheeks, Andrew Toney, Bobby Jones.
Mm.
He lost to the Pistons, and then he lost to Mike, but that was when the Lakers weren't. That wasn't the Lake Show.
All right.
Kareem wasn't there. Lakers had some injuries. So a lot of times it has to do, in my opinion, with the era. The 80s was the greatest era of basketball ever. Celtics, Lakers, you had Milwaukee, you had Detroit,
All right.
you had Philly. In the West, you had Houston, San Antonio, Utah. That was the golden era of basketball, in my opinion. Let's go to football. Let's discuss some football. Patriot fame. How did that come about?
Same thing. I just started watching them. You know, I started watching them and ended up becoming a huge Tom Brady fan. So I just always
Man, we got a buddy, Carcino. Nobody's a bigger fan.
Yeah.
When he left, when Tom Brady left the Patriots, Carcino left the Patriots. Got the TB, but you a Patriot. Yeah. He calls it TB12.
Yeah, Tom Brady's still my favorite player.
But you a.
Still
so do you remember your first time actually looking at the Patriots? Like, what was it? Did you like Boston Celtics first or the Patriots, or did it happen simultaneously?
Yeah, it sounded like the same time, pretty much.
Yeah. Tell me. Let's talk about new Patriots. Matt Jones. Mm-hmm. My brother told me that Matt Jones is going to be the rookie of the year in the AFC. And I told my brother, you crazy. Matt Jones actually has a legitimate chance to win AFC rookie of the year. Yeah. The only other contender in my mind is rookie. Jamar Chase. Yeah. Oh.
Or Najee Harris, too.
Najee's balling too. Yeah. But I watched Matt Jones at Alabama. People, Matt Jones is better than Tua. He's better than Jalen Hurts. Because in Alabama, Matt Jones has a pretty deep ball that I saw him throw to Smith that's on the Eagles now. I saw it.
Yeah.
But now he's just playing conservative. I'm going to call it the Patriot way, Patriot football. They do not turn the ball over. Belichick do not beat themselves. You chime in about what you're seeing watching the Patriots every week.
At first, I was like, I expected with the rookie quarterback, it was gonna be like first weekend, it's gonna be a little struggle, especially we had Miami, who I thought was gonna be a playoff team this year, but they.
You thought the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I don't believe in Tua.
I do believe in Tua.
We'll get back to Tua.
Yeah. We lost to the Dolphins week 1. Then we had week 2 we had the Jets. We blew them out. Then we had New Orleans and Tampa Bay. You know, so I figured it was gonna be a struggle.
You played Brady tough at home, though.
Yeah, I know. I figured like offensively it's gonna be a little struggle. But now we're a legit Super Bowl team now. Clearly, because probably got the best defense in the league. Matt Jones playing great. You know.
Where did Judon come from? Was he on Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore.
Why in the world did Baltimore let him go? Was this a free agent?
Yeah, he was free agent.
That's Judon is a problem.
Yeah.
You can't block it. I'm watching Parsons come off that edge for my Cowboys. When I watch Judon, he's unblockable.
Yeah.
Is he an end or a linebacker?
He usually a linebacker, but I mean, with the Patriots put, I mean, they like put players in different spots anyway, so he played pretty much both, but mostly probably like an edge rusher though, like an edge rusher probably maybe.
So you think you can get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, absolutely. Now I do. But I probably got the best defense. Now defense came along, offense coming along.
So let's discuss the division. What do you think? You still got to play Buffalo twice, right?
Yeah.
Those two games are going to decide the division. What do you think against when you play Buffalo?
I thought we could beat Buffalo. I mean, yesterday they, did what they did yesterday, but I mean, they had up and down games. They had like 6 points against Jacksonville. That's
pathetic.
Yeah, that was horrible. Then
you hear that, Peasy? Your Bills, pathetic. 6 points to Jacksonville.
Yeah, then turn around and let Jonathan Taylor get 5 touchdowns on them. So I'm like,
right.
They people saying they had the best defense, but I'm like, nah. I don't trust. I ain't gonna say I don't trust them, but I feel like they definitely beat them. We can beat them.
So what do you see is the key when you play them?
Oh,
Matt Jones not turning the ball over.
Yeah,
so
they don't really do that much anyway. But
the only thing that worries me, what happens if the Buffalo's offense is on? Can Matt Jones win a shootout in your opinion?
I don't think, but yeah, I don't think you'll have to because our defense is so good. I don't think it don't have to come down to that point because I feel like our defense can hold it down.
Either in both games, you think the defense is gonna play?
Yeah.
So, give me your opinion about if you play the Chiefs, the Ravens, some of the upper scale teams in the AFC. Chiefs, Ravens.
Yeah, Chiefs. But Belichick usually he usually know how to play Mahomes. So I ain't really too worried about Kansas City, and they just not getting together just like us. But
Belichick, one of the greatest minds ever.
Yeah. Yeah, Mahomes struggle every game he play against. He usually struggles. So I know we can beat Kansas City. Baltimore, we could beat Baltimore. They don't really got like a top receiver. They still don't really have like a top receiver. So we can beat Baltimore.
And if you guys win that division, nobody wants to come to New England for a playoff game.
No.
So you think you can beat Buffalo and win this division?
Yeah. I feel like we probably still I feel like we probably be number 1 seed by the end of the season because we play Tennessee Sunday. They number 1, and we only game behind them. So
you're not just looking for the division. You want the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I feel like we get number 1.
And historically, the Patriots. The only time I saw you lose that I can remember when the Ravens came in and gave you a pounding.
Yeah.
When Ray Rice took the first play like 80 yards. You remember that game? Anything else you want to talk about the Patriots?
I mean, I don't really need to say anything. I know we're a Super Bowl team. I know that. We're definitely a Super Bowl team. I feel like we're gonna win it this year.
Richard said, I think he wants to live in Boston. Both teams. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Richard, he's a Celtic and a Patriot fan.
Yeah.
Man, it was a pleasure. Anything else you want to talk about?
I feel like the Celtics gonna get together. Feel like Patriots might get to Super Bowl this year. So
Patriots how far do you think your Celtics can go? Are you looking Eastern Conference Finals, semifinals, or finals?
Well, I'm always gonna think finals first, but I mean, based on how the rest of the season goes. Like I said, I still feel like we can get together, get our chemistry together and everything, and I feel like we're gonna get far in the playoffs. So if not finals, at least East. I feel like we get to East Conference.
I want you to be a regular on the show. How would you like that?
Oh, that'd be
to
cool.
Talk about the Celtics, the Patriots.
That'd be cool.
It is my pleasure. First interview, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Want you to be, he will be on the show often, people. Willie, representing the Celtics and his Patriots. We'll talk as the season goes along. And particularly, I want you here. We're going to get another bull here And I want them here with us, and then we're going to discuss it. To the people, this is the People Show. This is Eddie W Sports, where we give you interviews. We give you pregame, postgame, NBA, NFL. We got all the games, people, 10 TVs. We see it all. College football, college basketball, boxing, MMA. Thank you for your support. Like, subscribe, share. We want to grow this, people, because it's going to be something special. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Please share. Again, Willie, it was a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
The Blue Space.